Okay.
Right, we'll start with Fusetsu. You are from Nagano City, okay? And you have been tasked with delivering a package to some guy called Shun Kichi, who happens to be the abbot of the Silver Temple in Koga. You have been given this by one of the local samurai and tasked with, delivering it. You get paid 2 silver for doing it, plus anything you get en route.
Okay.
Your route has taken you from Nagano down to the junction with the Nakasendo by the river. You've crossed over the Nakasendo and travelled to the city of Mayabashi. Okay. And you're now travelling down the Nakasendo towards Koga, and you are approaching the village of Denagawa. Seiki, you are from the city of Mayabashi. You have been tasked, for the price of 2 silver, to deliver a package to the abbot of the Cherry Tree Temple, which is a temple of Koanon Bosatsu, also in Koga. Okay, Yakuzo is the abbot of this temple. Fusetsu, you have been following this lonely Ashigaru as he ambles down the road. Okay. And you and he are approaching the village of Denagawa, when I shall move you to another map.
I'll patch him up. Whatever. Suggest that we travel together. We'd be going the same way.
Greetings all.
Greetings.
Is this somebody, a traveller on the road joining our party?
Well, you will find out in a minute, Dave.
Right.
Right, Seiki, you are aware that there is somebody hailing you from behind.
Hello there.
Hello, hail.
You're going this way as well?
Yes, I see we're travelling in the same direction.
He
Should we
looks a
travel
bit like
together?
you. He looks a bit like you. He looks like a young Ashigaru. That is a warrior. Okay. Do you have a spear, Fusetsu-san?
I have nothing. No weapons whatsoever. No armour, no weapons, no. All I'm carrying is basically normal clothes, a few spare clothes, and what's looking like a big sack of supplies, food supplies.
My mistake. Well, he could be a Budoka. Anyway, he calls you. You pass it, and you approach, as I say, the outskirts of the village of Denagawa.
Well, if we are going the same way, then just
Yes,
better to travel in numbers.
Heading to Koga?
I believe so. I have a message to deliver.
We are definitely going the same way then, so we may as well travel together. Keep each other company.
Sounds fine to me.
Right. Seiki is aware that Fusetsu is not of Kotsuke province, but is almost certainly from Shinano, which is the next province, the mountainous province to your west. Okay. So he's a bit odd if he is from Shinano, because they generally are bitten fighting types. But, you know, he appears harmless. As I say, as you approach the outskirts of Denagawa, you see in front of you a body lying in the street.
Oh my.
Hang on a minute, Seiki. Something's going on here.
It seems to be.
Let's proceed with caution.
Indeed. Tim, as far as weaponry goes, I know I have. It shows that I have a number of certain different types here.
Right. You have a wakizashi, which is a short sword, the short sword of the daisho. Okay, and you use kenjutsu with that. You have a daikyu, which is used with kyujutsu. The daikyu is the great bow, okay? Often used from horseback, which is why it's asymmetric. You have a yari, which is used with sojutsu, and then you have a pair of javelins. A lighter javelin, the Ushine, and a heavy javelin, the Yari Naga, which of course you use with Yari Naga Jutsu.
Excellent.
Wait, the
Should
arsenal.
we be ready for anything?
Right, you approach to within about 10 feet, and you realise that the body directly in front of you died in agony. Its face is bright red, and it's got blue foam coming out of its mouth. Looking to your right and upwards, you notice that there are several more bodies strewn in the street around what looks like a well.
No obvious signs of injury, combat or anything is there from the body?
Well, apart from the fact it suffered some sort of agonising death, there don't appear to be any wounds on it, no.
Okay, so something has afflicted this village. It doesn't look like anybody's attacked it.
Looking around, it seems to be multiples.
Could be, be careful, yeah, it could be a disease.
I won't be drinking from that well.
Possibly. Probably not wise. We know what's going on. Better have a look round so we can find anybody who is alive.
Okay, you spend some time. You do not find anybody living in the huts or anywhere else for that matter.
Okay. Where are we? Where are we on the map, Tim? Exactly. Sorry. Get the map open.
Which map?
Well, I'm on about the main map. Basically, are we approaching a town or something in front of us?
Well, basically, Denagawa is the last village before Koga City.
Right. I suggest we hurry on to Koga to report what's going on. I don't think there's that much I can do for these people since they all seem to be dead.
Okay, as you make your way northwards up the map, okay, you find a party of samurai and peasants coming the other way. There are 6 female samurai who are almost certainly family members, a well-dressed merchant type fella, and 5 policemen.
Oh, well, we'll stand to the side of the road and bow and so could we interrupt you, gentlemen? Ladies.
You certainly can, says the lead. The women, the samurai are all female, by the way. You certainly can.
Are you heading to Denagawa?
No, what? Sorry, you're in Denagawa. This is on the outskirts.
Oh, we're still there. Right, okay. Something has happened in this village. Not sure what, but...
Yes, we've had reports, says the lead samurai, of an outbreak of disease or poison or something. Do you know anything about it?
No, we've just passed through the village. We were going to hurry on to report it, but obviously you're ahead of us. I can't see any signs of anybody being killed by any fighting, so it does look like a disease or...
Well, you come with us then.
Yeah.
Very well.
You get the impression that she's not entirely sure of you, so we'll take you with us. Right, as you approach the area where the well was, what you see are the signs of 3 scruffily dressed men, okay, stuffing the unconscious body of another man into the well and replacing the wooden cover.
He's samurai to do something.
The lead samurai shouts, "Oh, you lot, stop it!" And the people take no notice of her. And then, as the lead samurai steps into the little square where the well is, the 3 men and their victim all disappear.
Literally just disappear.
Yeah, they just disappear. And the 5 bodies that were there originally reappear.
What sorcery is this?
Okay. Something odd. wait to see what the other group, rest of the group do. Observe what they do. So, somebody else come across before.
The woman who's in charge says, "Hirokazu, explain." Well, my lady, says the merchant. I didn't want to say anything, but this area is known for its ghosts. Ghosts? Yes, my lady. And you didn't seem to think it right and proper to mention this when you came to get me. Well, I didn't realise it was ghosts. I thought it was a disease. Well, I've never seen a disease that causes that sort of discoloration and foaming at the mouth. That looks like some form of poison to me. Sergeant, ma'am, says the lead policeman, secure the area. Yes, milady. And the 5 policemen spread out to preserve the crime scene, as it were. And she then names one of the other samurai, and that woman runs off back up the street to fetch A, a priest, and B, a doctor.
Wonder if they can find somebody who's reasonably well practiced in funerals.
Oh, we know where
we knew somebody.
Only we knew somebody.
Nearby.
Funerals follow you.
Okay,
around.
the woman who goes away returns a bit later on with a man carrying a doctor's kit and well, he's obviously some form of Buddhist priest. Ah, Baku-san. Yes, my lady. Please see if there are any spirits lurking around here. Certainly, ma'am. And the priest goes into a trance, and he says, after about 2 minutes, he comes out, he says, "Yes, my lady, there are a lot of them clustered around the well." A lot of them, you say? Yes, my lady. Half a dozen, maybe more. How many people have been put in this well, Hirokazu-san? I don't know. I don't know of any. Then why is it not in use? Well, the local villagers won't live in these houses. They say they're haunted. I see. Are you sure you're fit to be the headman of this village? Well, my father was, and his grandfather was. That's not what I asked. Oh, well, yes. But you allow this well to be contaminated by spirits and other things. Oh, I don't allow it to. Well, why haven't you had it cleared then? Well, we've attempted to, but they keep coming back. What do you mean they keep coming back? Well, we had a priest come along, and he claims to have exorcised them all. Yes. Oh, well, then a couple of months later, they were back. I see. She speaks to one of the other ladies, and she rushes off to the and talks to the sergeant, who looks unhappy, but he nods. And she comes out and says, "Well, mother, the sergeant says he and his men will remain here while we send to Koga for a competent exorcist." I see, that's fine. You, she says, looking at Hirokazu. Yes, ma'am. Report to your local jail and have yourself incarcerated for incompetence and possible murder. But, what? Either that or I'll cut your head off here and now. Yes, my lady. And she nominates one of her family to escort him to the local jail. Right, she looks at the two of you and says, "Would you two gentlemen be going to Koga by any chance?"
Yes, miss.
Yes, we are.
This mistress.
Well, in that case, she writes out a note. Please give this to the local garrison commander in Koga, and he will hopefully send some people to deal with this mess. And she hands you a koku to go with it.
Okay.
Right away.
Made of money.
Come over here and say that, Gyomo-san. Okay, you make your way through Denawa village. Okay. And you make your way down the road towards the city of Koga, which you rapidly comes into view. And in front of you, you see this farmer, this female farmer, pushing a handcart full of bags of rice. You are going faster than she is, so you can catch her up with ease and pass it if that's what you wish, or you can speak to her.
I will offer to give her a hand.
Oh, thank you, good sir. Thank you, good sir. And what is your strength, sir?
Where are we? My strength, I think, is 15. Yes, 15.
Okay, this woman must be a lot stronger than she looks. Because you are struggling to push this cart.
Usatsu, do you need help?
Yeah, it's heavier than it looks, Seiki. A bit of assistance might be appreciated.
Of course, no problem.
Well, between the two of you, you managed to push it. It is quite hard work. Okay. Anyway, you get up to the gate, and the lady thanks you, and she gives you 5 copper each for the helping her, and then she pushes the cart in through the city.
Does it actually look like it really is bags of rice?
Oh, they certainly look like bags of rice, yes.
Okay, right.
And one of the guards, that was noble of you, gentlemen, he says.
It's our duty to help those in need.
Indeed, indeed.
Indeed, indeed. Well, I'm sure that Benkaru will be most happy. And you make your way into the city. I shall now switch maps and discuss things with Gyomo. And
I may have to get people to roll things for me and look at my character sheet, I'm afraid, Tim, because Wi-Fi is a bit patchy here, and I might lose Discord if I change screens.
No worries, Dave. We can take care of that for you.
that's all right. It's not
Jolly good.
right.
I'll roll some
What's
20s for
happened
you,
was,
mate, as always.
You
I'll
were
maybe roll a
about
couple
to leave.
19s.
You were about to leave the temple grounds. Okay, when this young priest comes running up and shouting that the abbot has killed himself.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
you hurry off. You, Gyomo, and Tetsu. Yuko and Ite say they'll go back to the inn and secure your possessions and that.
Mm-hmm. And I believe we were waiting for somebody more competent than me.
Right, and you arrive at the map you now see. Well, hopefully you see.
Mm-hmm.
I'm keeping up Roll20 as well, so I shall just have to imagine it.
And this is the abbot of the actual temple where these guys were beating up Gyomo. Not beating him up, but using the spears of truth on him.
Oh, well, in on the same grounds, yes. Right.
This is the Cherry Temple, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Right,
I tried my position. I tried my position. I tried my tracking, and I think I blew both of them.
Right. Basically, you're in the abbot's private quarters, okay, which is quite large.
Okay.
Is it the abbot that you're waiting to speak to?
Well, no, the abbot's dead. He's hung himself.
Oh yeah, so he did.
I asked the priest who brought us here to get some
To get
a
someone. Who
competent
is it we're
position
waiting on
and
coming?
track her in to have a look at the place.
Right. A short while later, an Oba samurai, 4 policemen, and another priest turn up.
Okay.
They are all shocked when they spot the abbot dangling, with what looks like a broken neck.
I bow politely, explain that I have some skill in position, but wasn't able to find any signs of foul play. But my tracking isn't great. But I thought that looked a bit suspicious, and that looked a bit suspicious, and I hoped somebody more competent than I might be able to find the proof that this wasn't suicide.
Right. The Oba man, who is greeted as Oba Toshiyoba.
Did we do a detect magic last time at the end of the last session to see if there was any magical lingerings?
Sorry, I can't remember.
You've not done any of that yet, no, because I left it as you opened the door to reveal the dangling body of the abbot.
Yeah.
It's a nice cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Okay, you can cast to see if there's any magic about, yes?
Many levels of success.
There are some magical trinkets lying about, yes. The statue of the Buddha is also magical.
But is there anything magical in the rope that's hanging the abbot, or any traces of any, like someone having left?
Well, in that case, there are traces of magic around the abbot's neck.
I'm gonna say that to my non-fluent in magic friends that I've done in detect magic, and it seems that there are traces of it around the abbot's neck, and it's not a suicide. Somebody's done something to this man. 100%. Convinced already. Solved the case. It's not a suicide.
Anyway, the priest who arrived with the Oba samurai, and he walks up to it and he looks up. Please cut the abbot down.
Wait. Before you do cut him down, can I do a magic analysis roll as well? Because I detected magic, yes, but a magic analysis to see if I can learn anything.
Certainly,
about that.
you certainly can. Hatsu can as well if he wishes.
Okay. Oh. There's no need, Hatsu. Sit down. I've got this.
Okay.
I rolled a 1, Dave, so I forget Dave's not looking at roll 20.
Just keep rolling them for me.
Okay. The magic that is around the abbot's neck is that of some form of spirit.
I'll just relay that to my friends here.
You've rolled a 1, namely a Shoryo or spectre.
Shoryo, how do you spell that?
I believe it's Shoryo.
Okay.
That is indeed correct.
Thank you. I will explain that I found the magic of a spirit, a spectre, a Shoryo around the abbot's neck, and that he's been hung by it and not by himself. Not a suicide.
I shall.
The priests and the Oba samurai and the police look shocked at that.
So do I. Relieved but shocked. I shall attempt to perceive truth if that is not a problem. Which I believe doesn't require a BCS roll.
Are you testing to detect bullshit on me?
No, I'm doing a perceived truth,
Oh,
which
right,
should
okay.
see through any illusions there may be in the
I
room.
thought you were doing fetters of truth on me for a second.
No, perceived
Yeah,
truth.
got ya.
None of this Genja stuff. This is granted by the
Well, basically, your perceived truth reveals absolutely nothing. Everything
which is what I
appears to
expect.
be as it is.
I ask if was it the magic of a Shoryo or a Shoryo itself you identified?
Traces
Ike-san?
traces of the Shoryo around this man's neck where the rope is. Tim, in answer to Dave's question, is it actual traces of the creature having been here?
You are aware that Shoryo strangle their victims to death.
Yeah, so the rope's just a prop to make it look like he's killed himself.
Oh, the rope's there to make it look like he hung himself because he's got a broken neck.
Yeah, the rope's just a prop.
I will bow deeply to the priest, who I assume is my superior, and ask if it would be possible to get the temple staff to do a search, because how could a Shoryo get into the abbot's quarters?
Okay, people carry out a search.
And I ask my Shigenja friends whether they could have a look on the astral to see if there are any traces of it there.
Go for it. Hatsu, I'll let you get this one. Oh, there we go. See? I knew it was your turn to roll fire, mate. He's rolled a 3, Dave.
Okay, Hatsu projects her senses onto the astral plane. Okay. And standing on the astral plane is this figure.
Oh dear. Not from one of the dreams, is it?
Well, hopefully not. Okay.
Good.
The figure has the body of a man. Okay. The legs of a horse, the arms of a tiger, and the head of an ox. And it's carrying a very large tetsubo made out of iron.
Oh my.
Wow.
And it looks at you and it growls at you in a language which you don't actually understand.
I've astral right back out there as fast as you can, Hatsu.
I'm getting out of there. Yeah. I'm just like, no, bye.
Okay. Make a willpower save, sir.
Oh no. Yeah, I don't be thinking so.
13, no.
Power. Actually, yes.
Yes, you have to remember that your willpower is remarkably a lot. Okay, you scramble back into your body and wake up. Okay. Those of you who are standing in the quarters where this is happening, notice that Hatsu goes into the trance. Her body goes limp as her spirit leaves it. Then there is a look of pure terror on her face, and she falls over, gasping lots, as if she'd run, well, I don't know, half a mile or so at flat out speed.
I'll do my best to try and catch her so she doesn't hit her head on the ground at least. Try and...
Well, no, she actually lies down before she does this because it's sensible.
Okay.
If you lie down, then when you come out in a hurry, you don't fall over, you see, because you're already lying down.
She's done this before.
What is going on? Says the Toshiyoba. I don't know, San. There's something not right here, says Seka, who is the now senior priest. What would you know, diviner? Well, it's unusual for priests of the abbot's seniority to hang themselves or even be murdered. I mean, people don't do it, do they?
It's not a people that's done
So
it.
you've led a fairly sheltered life then, priest. Oh, no, I've done my fair share of travelling and tackling ghosts and such like. Oh, fair enough. And then I apologise to you, he says, Barry. You lot, yeah, go and question the staff and that. See if anybody's been to visit the priest. And the young priest who's with you, who showed you. Well, excuse me, Obasan. Yeah. Well, one of the local master carpenters came in. He was in here. Well, about 10 minutes before I found the body. Oh, you found the body, did you? Yes. Well, give your statement to that man over there then. Say so. And who's this local carpenter? His name is Fantora, sir. Master Fantora? Yes. Well, I cannot imagine that he has anything to do with this sort of thing. And why would that, says Shaker? So Seika, S-E-K-A. Have you seen Fantora? I can't say I have. Well, you can't miss him. I mean, there's enough of him to make about 3 of normal people. Oh, I see. He's big and impressive. No, he's incredibly overweight. Oh, I see. Oh, anyway. Sergeant, sir, go and question the man. Certainly, sir.
Did Pantora bring any items with him? Or what was the reason he came to see the abbot? I'm looking around for any new items of furniture. Pardon?
On the desk that's in the corner, over by the wall, because there is a desk there, there is indeed a new looking scroll, and there's a lot of other scrolls. There are bookcases and that around the walls, except where his tatami mat is placed. Is anything missing? Says the young man. He looks around and goes, well, there should be a scroll over there, sir, and one of that there's a scroll missing from there, and well, without doing a proper inventory, I'm sure there's 2 missing, but that's it. So Seika goes over, picks up the scroll that's lying on the desk. He opens it. Do you know anything about this? And he hands the scroll to the young man. Well, the abbot had mentioned that he was worried about the floor underneath the statue. It appears to have sunk. Pardon? Well, if you look closely, you can see the weight of the statue is causing the floor to sink. I beg your pardon. And indeed, the floor does appear to be sinking. Where the Buddha stood.
Well, I cannot believe that type of construction in a temple. By the way, I kind of checked on Hatsu and inquired of her, what caused that to happen, because she's been ignored by the Oba Samurai at the moment.
He's waiting for her to recover her senses and explain. There's no point in pressurising her when she's in an obvious state of shock.
Yes, I'm trying to help her out of the shock. Do I need a physician roll?
You can make a physician roll, yeah.
Please make a physician roll for me, please. Somebody? I believe it's about 15.
Well, I rolled an 18, sorry, mate.
Apart from some shock, she doesn't appear to be hurt.
Ah, right. Well, it doesn't appear to be anything I can do to bring around. So
Excuse me, Obersan. Yes. This statue is movable. Pardon?
What?
This statue, sir, it's movable.
I go over and have a look.
Well,
Did you, Ite-san, did you say this statue was magical?
yes, he did.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, the statue was magical. I was more concerned with the marks around the abbot's neck, but yeah, the statue was magical also.
Right. Well, basically, while this has been going on, they've lowered the body to the ground, and the physicians looked it over and said, although the abbot's neck is broken, he was almost dead when he was hung. And he's suffering severe bruising around the neck, as if he was strangled.
Yeah. Ite-san, what is the magic on that statue?
I don't want to say anything, but this cloth is the sort of stuff you wrap bodies in, he says.
Sorry, which cloth?
The cloth that was round the abbot's neck and from which he was hanging.
Ah. So we may be dealing with recent Shoryo that's just risen. Oh, somebody didn't get the Sagaki right correct, or failed completely.
Indeed.
Ite-san, what is the magic on that statue, if you would be so kind? Is it the blessings of the divine Buddha, or?
Are you talking to me?
Yes, Ite-san.
My name's Tetsu.
No, you mean Tetsu-san. You mean Tetsu.
Oh, sorry, Tetsu-san.
Right, so I want to do another magic analysis then on the statue.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, maybe not. I rolled a 16.
Well, you will get it right eventually. The statue is blessed with charges of spear against spirits, which basically is a soil spell.
Spear against spirits. Okay.
Well, that is a legitimate enchantment that could be a statue like that. I'm afraid it's not. It's something else.
Hatsu can tell you what it does,
I was going to
because
say
she actually knows.
that's Hatsu's school, yeah. Hatsu, what does
Yeah.
that spell do?
Do you know what it does, Brian? Well, hopefully he's here. Anyway, it casts a lightning bolt at spirits and does lethal damage.
Were you on mute, Brian?
muted. Yeah, I was on mute.
I was just about to say, I bet he's muted himself.
Here I am yakking away.
Are there any signs that a charge has been used recently? I asked. Because if the abbot was aware of this Shoryo, then he would have been able to reach across and use it. But if it caught him by surprise, say it was somebody who thought knew.
Well, I've rolled twice, Tim, and I took 2 points off my magic power used. So can I get all that with the second roll? I rolled a 3 a second time.
Okay, you're fairly certain that the statue is fully charged. How many charges it's got, you don't know, but you don't sense that there's any weakness to it.
It's not a large room, is it? So the abbot should have been able to rush over and touch it if he had a chance, which implies that he was caught by surprise.
It's about 20 foot by 40 foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he were there, he should have been able to get over there and cast a spell at it. Yes.
Yes. So the implication being he was either caught by surprise, or it was someone he thought he knew, which would also.
Yes.
I asked permission of the diviner priest to see what we find when we move the statue.
Sorry, say that again, Dave.
As I understand it, the second in command was the diviner priest. Was his name? Was that what he was being called?
Seku.
Yeah,
Seka.
Seika, his name is, yeah.
Seika. I asked his permission to move the statue of the Buddha to see what is underneath.
Oh, by all means, by all means. You shift the statue.
Because it might be there was something under there that was propping the floor up that's been taken. So let's see what's. Move the statue.
Okay, you push the statue to one side. I moved it right, but doesn't really matter, yeah?
Okay. See if there's a way to lift the floor. Can concealed compartments in the floor?
You lift up these floor squares, yes?
And what is underneath?
There appears to be a second floor underneath it, which is also slightly bowed.
Was there a gap between the two floors?
And not that you're aware of.
Okay. Can we see a way to lift the second floor?
Well, you find out that the floor will lift out, yes, and it reveals a 10-foot wide stairway going down. I haven't actually done that.
Seika-san, were you aware of this?
He's looking shocked. What?
Yes.
Where's that going?
There's a lot he doesn't know about his own
Best
tempo.
investigate says. Sorry, what was that, Ollie?
There's a lot he doesn't know about his own tempo.
Oh, well, yes. That's because the man who knows most about it is now a corpse. But you don't know that yet. Right, I just told you there, okay? Just so that Nick and Dylan aren't... well, we have a new player, Dave, by the name of Dylan. Say hello.
Hello, Dylan.
Hello, Dave.
Welcome. Please don't give me any more funerals.
I'll try my best.
Anyway, just so that Nick and Dylan aren't sitting there doing absolutely nothing, you arrive at the city of Koga, and you are directed to the Cherry Temple, because it's the nearer one. Okay? You arrive at the gate of the temple, and you are sent to the abbot's quarters, where you find this beehive of activity.
Right. In the meantime, I'll give you the 6 silver, Sekai. That's your share of the gold we were given. You listening?
You boys are 10 minutes into your game and you're rich already.
There you go.
Yes, so we arrive at the Cherry Temple.
Cherry Temple.
The Temple of Lies.
I thought that was not. I jotted down
Please.
where I'm supposed to go to, but I'll go with him anyway.
Well, you were sent to the city, to the garrison commander. He's now sent you to the Cherry Temple, which is the nearest temple, which has got a competent priest, presumably.
Okay.
Presumably.
Well, no, you arrive at the Cherry Temple before you get to Koga Citadel, so...
Yes.
Okay. Excuse me, Seka, says yet another priest, or hanger-on or acolyte. There's a couple of travellers to see you. What? I'm not expecting travellers. Well, they're here. Oh, excuse me.
Obasama, should we investigate that stair? or do you
just
think reinforcements are needed?
So, just excuse me a minute. Just good priest, he says. Seika, is there anything I need to know about this? I don't know yet, but I suggest you investigate whatever's underneath here. Okay. Right, the priest who looked at the body and is essentially the doctor, as it were. The Oba Samurai, Tetsu, Hatsu, and Gyomo all descend the stairs.
Yes.
Wonderful. Do we need some lights? Hatsu, Tetsu, would you mind?
Yeah, that's Hatsu's spell, not me.
Yeah,
I've not
sure.
got any light spells. Oh.
Sorry. Or
Yeah.
Shugenji do lights?
Oh,
Oh, do
okay.
we?
You descend.
Okay.
You descend several flights of stairs, and as they go lower, they get older. The
Several
ground,
flights.
the area gets colder and damper. And as you turn, not the last one, but the penultimate set of stairs, you can see some orangey light coming up from below. You turn the last set of stairs to reveal what looks like a temple. But the far end is this horrendous looking statue, which Hatsu immediately recognises because you've seen the critter before. Before it is this crude. Before it is this crude stone altar, okay, which is covered in streaks of rusty red brown.
Come on, Hatsu. Come for the hysterics.
The temple is lit by a number of torches which are glowing orangey red. These are obviously these are obviously
the
no,
magic.
they're obviously magical because they don't flicker. Okay. Also, it is unreasonably warm down here now.
Sounds like a fun place, eh? Now, what's on that statue then? So you said that
Is Hatsu saying anything, by the way?
Yeah,
or,
Hatsu recognised the statue. Do we recognise it? What does the statue look like?
Right, you heard my description of the spirit that she saw. Yes.
Yeah. Is it that?
All right. So this one is not quite the same. Everything is the same apart from the head, which is some form of demon, you would think. And at the moment, the statue is crouched down with its tetsubo in the mid guard position. And Hatsu, I believe, goes pale and wobbles lots.
Yes.
You are allowed to faint if you wish.
Oh, I will.
Okay, there's a soft crumpling noise as Hatsu collapses to the ground.
Oh shit.
Hatsu-san, what's wrong?
She appears to have fainted. You all hear a stone-on-stone creaking noise as the statue stands up.
Oh no.
Oh dear. I am going to have to attempt to exorcise this statue. It's some sort of demon, isn't it?
I'm just gonna faint as well, like Hatsu. I don't want anything to do with this. See you later, boys. Good luck. Nah, not really.
In that case, I am going to attempt to exhaust guys. Right?
What is your BAP?
Guess. 4, I believe.
Or
I believe everybody else gets to go before me.
I'm on 5.
How big is this room, by the way?
it's the same size as the abbot's quarters, I think.
20 foot by 40 foot. We've presumably come down one end of it.
Is there a different map for it? We're still on the same map. Here we go. Oh.
I thought I'd move. I thought I'd move the players. I mean, I know I've moved everybody, but it helps for Dylan and Nick to see what's going on.
Yeah.
No, the area is about twice the size of the abbot's quarters.
That's a big statue. Dave, the tokens like covers 3 full hexes, just and change, just for your mind's eye there, so you
Oh,
can't
great.
see. It's a big old boy.
Time to be pounded into a nasty little heap of.
The room's about 55 foot across and about 110 feet long, maybe a bit longer.
What statue?
That statue
Now
is
with a
tall though.
you idiot.
How tall is this statue now that it's stood up? Actually,
Okay, you all will notice that as it stands up, there is a flash of yellowish light that emanates from around it. Not from it, but from an area around it. And it winces. And as you're preparing to cast your attempted exorcism, or whatever it is you're going to do, a figure appears in front of the altar on your side of it. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And it waves its hands around it in circles, and then it makes a pushing gesture towards you.
I get out of here. Do I recognize the figure?
You haven't actually seen this figure before, so no.
Does it match any descriptions from my Buddhist or Shinto theology?
You can roll against your Shinto theology.
do we all see this figure?
Oh yes, you'll
Would
see it.
somebody-
You'll see what it does.
Would somebody please roll against my Shinto theology?
I'll roll yours first, Dave. G20.
Thank you.
You got an 18. I'm rolling mine now.
Oh, great.
I
No, I don't recognize it.
If it helps at all, I got 17 for me as well. So it's not like I'm just rolling trash for you.
Neither of you recognise it.
But it doesn't look like a demon.
No. It looks like a human female. She's a bit see-through, but
Yes. I will start. Well, I'll have to wait until my action phase.
well, no. You've already said you're leaving, so you start to leave, and the rest of them pick up on it and pick Hatsu's limp corpse up and dash back up the stairs.
Yeah.
Does it look as if it's too big to come up the stairs?
What, the statue?
Yes.
The statue is not going to fit up the stairs, no.
Oh, good. So we can retreat up the stairs beyond the reach of its Tetsubo to the first landing.
Indeed.
And I shall kind of crouch down and attempt to see what's happening down there in the temple.
Make a wit saving throw then, sir.
Would somebody please roll
Yeah,
something
oh,
that's a success?
Go on.
No, you know, sorry, I can't. I'm
Rolling
16.
well.
Sorry, mate. Oh.
There's just too much light coming out for you to see what's going on properly.
How
If you
tall
want
was
to
it?
know what's going on, If you
I
want to
have to
know
go
what's
back
going
down.
on, you'll have to climb back down the stairs and look in the room.
I kind of want to know what's going on.
Uh,
Like, I'm tempted to stick my head down.
I'm going to move gingerly down the stairs to see if I can find out what's going on.
Yeah, I'm going with him.
Okay.
My nose is getting the better of
If
me.
that
Okay.
Kami may need help.
You get down there, and the Kami, for what that is, reasonably, you can assume that's what it is, has turned her back and is speaking to whatever this thing is.
Okay. I'm not attempting to listen to what the Kami's saying. I just want to make sure that she doesn't need help. Okay.
Okay, in that case, attempt to fail a wit saving throw, the pair of you.
Okay, I'll do
Please. Well, I don't know what the other. What I don't
Dave
know
first.
what.
They've got a
Tetsu's
3.
doing, but I'm attempting not to listen. What?
They've got a 3 and I got a 12.
I've got my fingers in my ears.
I think mine just misses. I'm on 11. No,
Okay.
no, it was wet. Sorry, I missed it by 3.
What is your wit saving throw, Gyomo?
9, but I've got my fingers in my ears.
Okay. You can't quite make out what's going on.
Oh, good.
You think that with your fingers not in your ears, you probably would know more about what's going on than is good for you.
Yeah. Well, it's her business. I just want. If she doesn't need any help, obviously, then I shall retreat back up the stairs and tell the Oba Samurai what's going on.
Yeah, well, you realise that she's not actually by herself.
Oh. There's more Kami now.
Oh.
Well, there's something else there, yes. Whether it's a Kami or not, well, you don't really want to know, so I'm not going to tell you.
I do.
But you don't know what's going on because you failed your wit saving.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Oliver. You know,
Yep. That's what it is.
there's
Right,
not a point both things. Anyway, I'll just leave that for a minute. So Seiki and Fusetsu, this rather old priest comes out, and he says, "I understand you have something for me." And Seiki says, "Well, it's actually for somebody called Yakuzo." Ah.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, Dan. If I'm butting over you, just say so. And I'll let you speak because you're after all playing a character.
No, of course you're fine. You're good.
Okay, cheers. I say, well, that will be at the moment impossible. And you go, why? Unfortunately, the abbot is now dead. I am likely to be the new abbot. Would you give whatever it is to me?
Of course. I bow politely.
Okay. He takes it away out of your hands. He opens it up and goes, "Are you sure this was for the abbot?"
It's who I was sent to bring the message to.
Oh. Well, thank you very much. He summons one of the flunkies. Pay these men 2 silver each. Sir? You heard me. Okay. Do you want to know what's in the box?
Only if you allow us to see.
No. The point is you could have a look inside the box if you wanted to.
Take the money. Open the box.
Sure.
Yes or no?
Sure. Yes.
Okay. There's a head.
Oh.
Oh my.
The head is shaven. Seiko, that's the priest, now says, "Thank you very much." He hands it to the flunky and says, take that to the doctor's office. Do not open it. Certainly, sir. He says, well,
Excuse me, but if I'm being rude, of course. But why would someone want me to bring this to the abbot here?
yeah, well, who gave you the box? Fusetsu was aware that there's something odd about the box. I mean, like, now he's seen it properly, but he's not sure what's in it. You mentioned it was the sensei of the Flowing Water School of Mayabashi.
I would relay that information to the abbot.
A man by the name of Hideyoku. You know who he is because you've trained at this particular school.
Sure.
Hideyoku. Well, that might explain it. Just wait here a minute. He goes into the room he came out of, and he comes back with a note. He says, "Please, when you return to Mayabashi, please hand that to your sensei."
Very well.
And he hands you a koku as well, which he takes out of his own pocket. Now, you'll be aware as characters that this is a bit odd in the fact that priests don't normally carry this volume of cash on their person. They're more like that itinerant priest who was in there who looks like a bag-a-muck tied up ugly, you know, because his robes are all threadbare and his begging bowl is nice and pristine and neat because it's always full.
You know Gyomo so well.
Oh, I certainly do. Anyway, yes, thank you, my son. May the blessings of Kwanan be upon you. Do you have a message for me, sir? He says, looking at Fusetsu. Hopefully you're not muted, Nick.
Sorry, I believe you said it was for the Silver Temple. That's why I haven't said anything.
Oh, okay. The priest gives you directions to the Silver Temple. Do the pair of you leaving this whatever ant's nest it is behind?
I think so. Let's get this message delivered.
Okay. You go to the Silver Temple.
Don't get me. Also need to visit the the garrison command as well, don't we?
Yes.
Okay, in which case you go to the garrison commander first. And what can I do for you, he says. He looks a busy man.
Bow and hand over the message we were given.
I see. And what did Lord Oichi want, do you think? Oichi is the name of the samurai clan in charge of Nagano and Shinano province.
As far as I could gather, sir, I think he was expecting you to send him some assistance of some form.
I see. In that case, I'll leave it with me and I'll sort it out. And you are shown out.
Crack on to the
So as a games master, I'll have to go and sort that one out myself. Anyway, you make it to the Silver Temple. Well, this is enormous, okay? You've probably not seen quite as big a temple as this anywhere. The first thing you do when you go into the main hall is you realise that this is a generic temple. All the Buddhas appear to be worshipped here because there's statues of them all over the place. Excuse me, sir, says this young man, who may be a priest, but you're not entirely sure. He's got more of the bushi built to him. This hall is off limits at the moment to visitors. How can I help you?
Apologies, sir. My apologies, sir.
Oh, that's all right.
To deliver to Sumchi, I think his name was, in the Silver Temple.
Shumkichi, the abbot.
Sumkichi, yes, that's the one.
If you allow me to escort you, I'll lead you to his quarters.
Thank you.
He leads you through the temple to this the abbot's quarters, and you go, well, it's all right being an abbot, isn't it? Look at this stuff. Oh,
Yeah, it's a bit posh, isn't it?
you know, it's not only posh, it's expensive posh. And the abbot rises up. Yes, these 2 visitors for you, abbot. 2? Yes, abbot, yes. Oh, I was only expecting 1. Anyway, please, gentlemen, come in, have a
my
seat.
colleague here is. This is a colleague I picked up en route, and he's just escorted me.
A
Well,
colleague
as well.
you picked up en route.
Yes, we were both messengers travelling the same way, so it seemed prudent to travel together.
And you, sir, who was your message for?
I've already delivered it to the Cherry Temple, to the abbot there.
The abbot there.
Rumours are flying.
But the abbot is recently deceased, is he not?
So it seems, sir. We kind of walked in, and, well, I gave it to...
Would you allow me to cast some magic upon your persons?
As long as it's going to be detrimental to us, certainly.
I see. He performs some form of magic, and he goes, Well, you are what you appear to. He then calls for his secretary. Please fetch the physician. The physician, sir? Are you ill? No, I'm not, but these are. What? These gentlemen are suffering from some sort of plague. It's in its early stages. If I didn't know better, I would have said they'd caught it in the last couple of days.
We have just been through a village which was stricken by some strange disease or poison. We haven't, as far as I know, the authorities haven't got to the bottom of it yet.
Seiki is visibly anxious now.
And which village was that then? He said. You noticed
Denawa.
Denawa. Excuse me. He goes to the door, as it were, and shouts for somebody who comes running. Yes. Legends of Denawa, please. Certainly, sir. You all realise that Shaker is not here. No, Shaker is over at the Cherry Temple pretending to be somebody else, isn't he? No, I wouldn't know about that. Yeah, but I do. Now, go and get him. Yes, Abbot. And the man thinks I'm an idiot. He says, just because I like a few luxuries in life, mutter, 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 mum. Okay, a bit later on, this guy turns up. He's carrying a bag, the sort of thing you have a doctor's kit in it. But what's remarkable is his dress is all black. He's got black shoes on of some sort. And definitely not slippers. Black trousers, a black t-shirt-like thing, you know. And you go, what? But you also notice that he's not Japanese. Abbott, you wanted me? Oh yes, Doctor. I believe these gentlemen are suffering from the bloody flux. Well, they don't look like it. No, but I'm saying they are. So check them out. As you wish. And you notice that although this man bows, he doesn't bow properly, if you see what I mean. He doesn't go low enough. Right, you two. Go and sit over there. And then he comes over and he prods and he pokes you and he sticks something in your mouth. which is a little round glass thing with some silver liquid in it. Hmm. Yeah, well, I'm not entirely sure, but drink this. And he hands you this dark brown bitter brew with stuff floating in it. It won't hurt you. If you are suffering from the bloody flux, it should stop it. And if you're not, well, put it this way, going to the toilet would be an interesting experience in a couple of days' time.
Oh.
My,
Oh, well, just knock it back, I guess.
Okay, in that case, can you both make health saving throws for me?
Oh,
my first roll.
Yeah, it's quite simple, Dylan. I try to get through games with as few rolls as possible.
Perfectly fine. Okay, so what am I trying to beat here? Is
like
it
having
base
enormous
saving
health
throw?
failed.
Well, if you find your health stat, which is
Mhm.
near the top of the sheet, there's a line which will say your saving throw at the end of it, at the end of the box.
Okay. Base saving throw?
Mm-hmm.
Well, basically, yeah.
Looks like
Rolling against your base saving throw, yeah.
I have a 9 base saving throw and I got a 3.
Okay.
Yeah, you made that.
Okay. The doctor gives you a bowl, and the pair of you throw up. Okay.
Mhm.
Fusetsu was obviously more seriously affected by whatever this is, and the doctor steps back, looking surprised. My apologies, Abbott. You were indeed correct. These are suffering from, well, no longer suffering from the bloody flux. In that
was
case,
awful.
good doctor, I suggest you go and visit the village of Denawa and taking your colleague with you. For the usual fee, that is. Oh, well, of course. Well, I shall go then, Abbott. He hands you another bottle of this brown stuff. It looks like sewage water, something you can find in a swamp. And it says, should you feel any inclination to go to the toilet and you pass blood, drink this, he says. He then bows politely to you and the abbot. Again, not deep enough, and he walks.
Bloody foreign doctors, eh?
Mm.
Coming over here, saving our lives.
I really don't like that man, says the abbot. But he's far too good at his job.
Must be.
Well, he's been here about 6 months, and he knows more about being a physician and being a doctor than almost anybody I've ever met. There was one other man. Can't remember his name. Hajiro, I think his name was.
I don't know, I haven't yet handed over his message, so I'll do it. I've handed it. I'll hand the message over to him once I'm feeling a bit better.
Okay. Thank you very much. He reads it. Are you staying in Koga at all?
I could do so. I have no immediate plans.
Well, if you'd be good enough to stay for a couple of days, there may be a response to his lordship. I will need to speak with my diviner when he gets back. Anyway, I thank you. Did his lordship pay you?
I believe he did, didn't he? So yes.
Oh, excellent, excellent.
Indeed.
Okay, you have both finished your mission. Okay, so you can have 2 on and a point of Budo each.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Fusetsu will find that he's got more hit points than you thought he had.
Mhm.
That's because I rolled a d10 for him and it went up.
Sorry, 20 per day, said, didn't you?
Point of Bushido, yeah. You finished the job. It was more dangerous than you thought it was.
Isn't it always?
As you're leaving the abbot's quarters and have been escorted out, this doctor stops you. Excuse me, gentlemen.
Yes.
Would you care to explain the route that you took to get here? If you'll follow me, and he leads you into this room, which is odd. Okay, it's clear, apart from some shelving with bottles and stuff on it, and in the middle of it is a large table-like thing, which is about waist height, and it's got a metal surface with a dip in the middle and what look like blood runnels to take away whatever it is. And at one end there's a bucket, which is at the moment is empty.
I will ask him, is what was inflicting us contagious?
Oh, highly contagious, yes. Fortunately, you were still
bless you.
incubating.
Right, okay, because I'll tell him that we have visited various people before we got to his temple.
Oh,
Ah.
yes.
Okay. He claps, and this young lad of about 13 comes out. Yes, doctor. He gets you to say where you've been, and then he sends the young lad with a note to these places. Oh, very kind of you, very kind of you. May I? He carries out a proper examination this time. Right. He leads you into another small room, on which there's another, well, table you'd call it, although it's a bit soft and springy. Okay. He asks you to undress, and then he gives you a thorough physical examination. And you've never had anything quite like it. You know, he prods.
No,
you.
so
Are you a swordsman, sir? He says.
I have been in the past. I no longer practice the sword.
Oh, I see. Okay, fair enough. Well, these calluses, then they should disappear of their own, he says.
Yes, usually.
He does this the same to Seiki, and this time he doesn't comment on the fact that you're a bushi, because it's quite obvious, because of where the calluses are. Oh, well, thank you very much, gents. You appear to be in fine health. And then, I say, he
Good to
takes
hear
you to this map, and you go, what? I've never seen a map like this before. You may never have seen a real map, and it's highly detailed. And the mountains look like mountains, and they seem to rise up out of the paper. And the rivers appear to be, well, rivers. Oh, my pride and joy, this, he says.
It's a very impressive piece of work.
Indeed.
Oh, yes. It allows me to track outbreaks of disease to, well, remarkable accuracy, he says. And you notice there are areas with slightly different colours in. Fortunately, we're not suffering any serious epidemics at the moment, he says. My colleagues appear to be doing well. Anyway, thank you very much, gents. He lets you get dressed. He hands you this piece of confectionery. Well, that's what it turns out to be. No? It appears to be flavoured ice on a stick. In this case, it's orange, but doesn't have to be. It's amazing what that Master Shigenju can do, he says. Anyway, I hope not to see you again, gentlemen.
Yes,
No
thank you
offence
for his-
intended.
Thank him for his ministrations.
Okay.
May I know your name, sir?
I'm called Sukako.
You, Chicago.
You make your way out. Do you go to an inn or do you go back to the Cherry Temple?
Would you reckon, Seiki? We should do.
It has been a long journey, but I do worry for the others there at the Cherry Temple.
Anyway, what was in that box you handed over?
Seiki kind of like. What was that?
I wasn't being nosy, but I know you have seen what was in it. So what was in it?
Seiki visibly shivers, and, well, I was unaware of it, but there was a head inside of it.
Head. You've been going ahead all this time. Oh, man.
Apparently so.
Ugh. I'm surprised it didn't smell.
That is strange.
Well, that's very strange, because when the priest opened the box, it still didn't smell.
Maybe it's been what do you call it? Embalming, is it? Embalmed or something?
Maybe it had been
Decomposing.
shaved. So
Very peculiar thing to send somebody.
indeed, I do wonder if I maybe have made a mistake by handing it over to someone that wasn't who I originally was intended to give it to.
Well, the pair of you are aware that there are a number of reasons for sending people heads in boxes.
Yes, usually you're sending a message.
One is to send a message well, they send a message of some sort, but there are various things that it could mean. Like,
You send me a messenger and I give a reply by sending his head back.
yeah, that sort of thing. I'm
It's
sure
very
you, as
serious
players, you can come
message.
up with an idea. Okay, back in the temple. What do the five up? Sorry.
Well, I've retreated back up the stair and bow politely to the Ober Samurai and explained that we believe that it might be a temple, a shrine to a demon down there, but I think a kami has appeared and is holding the demon in check. Is the priest there as well, or is he off doing something?
Well, the priest who examined the abbot's body and said he had his neck broken, but he was dead or almost dead beforehand. He's looking over Gyomo's shoulder in shock.
I turn round and look behind me.
Okay, standing within arm's length of you is this figure dressed in a saffron robe with a shaved head.
Oh, I bow deeply.
And his eyes are bulging and his tongue's hanging out, and he's got a broken neck.
Oh, it's the abbot. Sorry, am I getting a wave of I am a ghost off him?
Yes.
Well, in that case, I will have to use that exorcism that I'd kind of put in my back pocket from down below.
Go for it.
I can actually roll dice. I've managed to get on a roll 20.
Ooh.
Excellent.
Now I can roll my own 18s and 19s.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's see if we can do any better than that.
It's okay, Oliver. You are relieved of dice rolling duties. Sir.
Nice. May I see he's got an 8?
That's an 8. Okay. So on exorcism, my BCS is 11, but there's a penalty of the spirit rank, so that would only get something of spirit rank 3. Unless there's any bonuses for being temple ground.
Maybe.
Okay. The ghost bows politely to you. Waves its hands about in a manner which could mean anything, and then goes pop.
I believe the abbot requires burial quickly.
Not
So
like-
hang on a second. From my theology, do I think that was a trying to give a message, or
I think
well,
that was the
what do I
ghost
think?
passing on. I felt like he's not haunting
You're not entirely sure. If he was trying to give you a message, it wasn't clear what he was trying to tell you.
Well, well, given that it was the abbot of the temple, the temple priests will have the temple proceedings for the funeral, etc. So, if there's one of the temple priests here, then I will urge him to get started. If the Oba Samurai is here, then
Sorry, Dave, you're
finding...
breaking a bit.
Sorry, can you hear me better at all?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. If one of the temple priests is here, then I will urge them to get the preparations for the Sagaki right on the way.
Okay, as I understand it, you want the temple priest to go upstairs and get the Sagaki right under, right? Because both he and the Oba Samurai are with you. So
Okay.
he disappears up the stairs, and he comes back down remarkably quickly. Sir, you best come now. So
Yes,
he runs up the stairs.
Okay, I run up the stairs. Don't summarize following. I don't know what the hell is going on.
This leaves Tetsu and Hatsu down the stairs because Hatsu's just coming around, and I don't think Tetsu would leave her.
No, not leaving her on her own.
Right, the three of you come running up the stairs. The samurai slightly in front, of course, because he goes faster than you. To see, whoa, carnage.
Carnage?
Okay. What do you mean carnage?
Oh dear.
Oh?
As you reach the top of the stairs, you see the priest Seka wrestling with the abbot.
With a ghostly
Lying
spectral form of the abbot, or with the body?
Well, this looks like the body of the abbot.
Oh, what? Stop that,
Okay,
you.
lying on the ground are a pair of the Ashigaru who came with the samurai, and the young priest who found the abbot.
Lying on the ground, they're just having a nap, or...
Yeah, they're unconscious. So, well, they may be dead, but they're definitely unconscious.
They're doing the dirt nap.
And Seka says, "Quick! Destroy it before it gets me!" As the abbot gets his hands round his neck and starts to squeeze.
Oh no, I'm going to attack. We're going to have to attack it.
Well, I think the Oba Samurai goes first because I'm only on a 4.
Well, he's sort of standing there.
I'll go on a 5, I think.
Okay, basically, he shakes off the surprise, steps forward, and attempts to cut whatever this is into. the curse of the wand strikes again.
Oh dear. The wrong ones, though, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, although he only just manages to hit whatever this is, he does draw quite a large gash in it.
Yeah. The question is whether it's actually hurt it or not.
Well, you don't know, do you? Because it's a
We
dead.
don't know. Yes, indeed. Well, my physical abilities are pretty dumb, so I don't chance of me restraining it with my jujutsu. I'm just going to have to attempt an exorcism. I don't believe there's anything else I can try.
Okay, well, basically, you're aware that the priest who stood next to you is starting to chant.
Okay.
Exactly what he's chanting, you don't know, because he only just started.
Yes. Fine. In that case, I shall start an egg. I shall do an exorcism. Or
Okay,
attempt
with the
an
mighty
exorcism.
Seika manages to break whatever this thing's grip is on his neck. It goes, oh, I don't think so. Oh, all right, maybe then.
Good.
Is your instantaneous a single round?
It's a one-round exorcism, yes.
Okay, go for it.
Please. Nope.
How much did you fail by?
Failed by 1.
Close.
As I say, unless being actually in the main temple itself helps, which I hope it would.
Okay, you can have 3 points of Shigendo, sir, as the body collapses to the floor. You are aware that there was a boost from somewhere.
I chant a prayer of thanks to the Buddha as I step forward to make sure Seiki's all right.
Oh, just in time. Can you check the others? You realise he's trying to talk and breathe through a bruised throat. It's not good.
Yes.
Would you mind telling me what's going on? Says the Obasama. In a minute, sir. And Saka wanders over to the desk and drinks a cup of water that's there. And he can then speak more freely. Well, you went down the stairs, and you'd been gone a bit over long, I thought. And then the body got up and attacked us. Poor old Itaro there, it punched him in the back of the head. Knocked him out clean. And then, well, your 2 men, it strangled them, sir. I don't believe they're dead because I tried to exorcise it, and it dropped that one. He says, pointing to the, I think it's. The one I've just pinged, and then it turned on me, and then you arrived, and our good friend Gyomo here appears to have, possibly you. He says, naming the other priest. Well, one of you has managed to dispel it. What?
Don't talk so much, Seiki-san. No. Let's have a look at that throat. Physician roll. Failed by position. Oh.
It matter if
Yeah,
you're
well,
going to roll
basically,
dice.
it's quite obvious that somebody was strangling him. You don't think it's done any lasting damage, but you're not entirely sure.
Yes. Rest it and see the temple physician on a daily basis for the next week. I'll tell him. I will explain that I believe that the abbot's spirit appeared downstairs to warn us what was happening, and we came up here, and I will wander over and check the other 3 and see how they are. Sorry, the other 4 it is on the ground, isn't it?
No, it's only 3.
I can see 4 X's. Oh, sorry, 3 X's on the ground. Yes, that's a red kimono. Okay, I'll check
Yes,
the 3.
the sapphire is dressed in red, but it makes it look like an X. Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah. Okay, I'll check the 3 on the ground and see if any of them are dead, and if there's anything I can do for the others.
They've all just been either strangled unconscious, or in the priest's case, he's got a large lump on the back of his head. Which, to your mind, looks more like the result of being thrown to the ground using a jujutsu throw rather than anything else.
Yes. Well, I will have to talk with the other priest to figure out what was going on. I don't know whether that was a Shoryo or whether something had possessed the abbot's body and was using it, and it's been driven off temporarily. I'm not an I know very little about Japanese
The
classics.
way it was strangling people
Tetsu,
makes me think it was the Shoryo back.
Tetsu,
Yes.
would you care to make a wit saving throw, sir?
Well, I could try.
And has Hatsu recovered?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, she's probably
Right.
coming out of it.
Okay, you can make one as well then, so.
Wits. Okay. Missed it by 1.
Okay, well, it's not too difficult. You are sort of making your way up the stairs when this glowing figure, okay, dashes past you and through you rather than anywhere else.
Oh.
And I'm sorry to say, but can Hatsu make another willpower saving throw?
Unlucky.
That's that one.
Nice.
Okay, this is the third. Well, sorry, this is the third time you've seen something like this. But you're getting used to it, and as this demon-like figure rushes past you, trailing some sort of ectoplasmic blood, boiling away slowly in itself, and it runs up to the doorway to the. I should call it a temple. The temple that's behind you, and you hear this fizzle noise, and your nostrils fill with the stench of burnt hair and cooked flesh and boiling blood, and you hear this despairing wail as whatever this is burns to death in the holy light of whatever that kami is, and you make your way as fast as possible up the stairs and away from whatever this. And you arrive at the top of the stairs to find
Gyomo doing what he does best, looking over bodies.
Getting ready to bury the dead.
Oh, thank goodness, there's no dead here.
right.
Is it?
Hold on. As these two Shugenja come into the room, they bring with them the smell of fire, brimstone, boiling blood, and cooked flesh, and singed hair.
You're welcome.
You
I
may
look
if you
up.
wish, choose to throw up at this point or not. I'll leave it to you.
I'm
The
looking
junior-
up. I can't spend the time to throw up.
Fair enough. Okay. The junior priest looks at it, smells it, and goes pale, but doesn't actually fall off. The two
well,
Ashiko
what-
just coming round. Go. God, smells like the crematorium. That. Oh dear.
Well, given that, I'm just going to use dissolve illusions. If they smell like that, they might not be what they seem, and I'll be relieved to find that.
You cast your dissolve illusions. The smell goes away, but Hatsu and Tetsu don't change shape or do anything else.
Oh, good.
Although Tetsu does look like she's seen a ghost. Sorry, couldn't resist that one.
Hatsu does. I didn't see it.
Oh yes, you.
Did I?
Oh yeah,
Just
you
didn't
couldn't
go
miss.
through you.
Okay.
You couldn't miss it. You know. But you hadn't seen it before, you see, so it's not quite so terrifying. Right, you sort yourselves out. The guys who were sent away to investigate come back and say, well, they saw the carpenter leaving, sir. He left quite hurriedly. Okay. Oh, what's been going on here? Oh, dear. Yes. Right.
I think we
hold on.
need to perform. Sorry.
Go on, carry on.
I was going to say, confirm that I believe we need to carry out the abbot's Sagaki rite as soon as possible.
Absolutely.
Oh,
as soon
indeed.
as possible.
Basically, the priest sort that out and the body is taken away.
Who is
sir,
in command of the temple? Right.
Sir, what's that mean? And the Ashigaru I've just pinged is pointing behind you at the Buddha.
What's the Buddha doing?
I look round.
The Buddha has his right hand out in which is a scroll.
Oh.
Oh.
I bow deeply and chant a prayer of praise to the mercy of the Buddha. Take the scroll. Assuming the senior priest in the temple is doing it.
No, Sekka is still here, so he will do it. He bows. He names the Buddha, because although it's a Jizo of demons, it has a name. And the Buddha allows him to take the scroll.
Good. Somebody else's responsibility.
The temple priests then go to their knees and bow properly. As do the Ashigaru and the Oba Samurai.
And do I.
I'm already there.
Yeah, I'm bowing as well.
You then hear this creaking noise of wood on wood, and the Buddha goes back to the position he was in initially. Okay.
Yes. So he's no longer got his hand out.
No, he's now back in the traditional Buddhist pose, Buddha pose of crossed legs and hands across his belly, and he's radiating smugness and pleased. The Sekka, who's now the senior priest, opens it. He opens it. Sorry. He starts to unroll it. Then he drops it and steps back, a look of horror on his face.
Seki-san?
I don't believe it, he says. It can't possibly be true.
What?
But why would he lie to us? As you look down at the scroll, you can read the opening section. And the opening section says in beautifully calligraphed katakana, do not perform the Sagaki rite on the abbot, for he is a heretic and a traitor to Koanon.
Seiki has not seen the temple below the shrine below the temple. has he?
No, he's not.
In that case, I will bow deeply to Seiki and tell him what was down the stairs.
Shakily, he goes down the stairs, and he reads.
I warn him about the statue and the kami that was down there.
Okay, he goes down there even more shakily. The two Ashigaru assigned to escort him, who were the two who weren't knocked out, they don't look at all happy, but they do obey their boss.
Well, I'm going with him as well, just to make sure that he's okay.
Okay, you go down there. Anybody else want to follow?
Mm-hmm.
Hatsu will go back down.
Yeah, I'm going.
Okay, in that case, you get down there. You reach the bottom of the stairs, and there is a glowing yellow doorway blocking your path any further, although you can see the statue on the far side of it. The statue has a broken tetsubo.
I explained to Seiki that there was I believe a kami down here talking to the statue when I left. I would guess that they had words. And
Given the amount of blood liberally scattered about, coupled with some other fluid which may or may not be demon blood, it's difficult to say. There was a serious fight down here, yes. Because the statue is still intact, it implies that it won.
Mm-hmm. Shit.
This is not hard.
It is not good. I ask my colleagues if they can tell me what the magic on the door, on this glowing door is.
No need. He says. That is a rite of forbiddance, he says. It forbids demons and creatures of the Yomi from passing through it. I hadn't thought to see one active, he says. Okay, show yourself. Or selves. And you hear this slightly feline voice saying, "Must we? I am abbot of this temple. I say you must. You are not." Another voice says, "Actually, he is the abbot elect." What? Well, the current abbot, who was abbot of the temple, is dead. In fact, he's been killed 3 times so far. You don't make sense. Well, the Shoryo killed him. Then his spirit was dissipated by the exorcist in front of us. He of the mountains of bodies. Oh, you mean the Undertaker?
Was that his nickname?
Yes.
Oh no, Gyomo's now got a nickname.
And his body was destroyed again by the Undertaker not more than 10 minutes ago.
You got tombstones.
Oh, this pair of shishi appear. Okay, they reveal themselves, and they both bow very deeply to Seka, who is the abbot elect, and Gyomo.
I bow deeply back. I've never seen a shishi before. I'm honored.
And the one that sounds slightly male grins in a rather distant way and says, "Well, Undertaker, I believe you'll be seeing many, many more of my colleagues. Oh, by the way, have you met the Butcher of Kyushu yet?"
I
What's that
may
got to
well
do with anything? What? Have you met the White Tiger yet? The female one reaches over and boxes the ears of the male one. "You and your hero worship. Ah, but it's good, isn't it? Now it gets us into this sort of mess." "Well, have you?" he says.
Do not believe so.
Right.
Not by those names. That is correct, isn't it? I do not think I've met anybody by those names.
You've not met any by those, no. Right. Hatsu and Tetsu are both aware that the White Tiger is the spirit form of a great hero called Yamato Date, okay, who lived several hundred years ago. The Butcher of Kyushu is given to a great hero by the name of Nakamura Bankura, I think his name is.
We know. Yeah, no, we know that person, don't we?
You don't. You know Nakamura. Sorry, it's Nakamura Bunraku. That's the name. You know Nakamura Bancho, who is female. The first one is actually male, and is almost certainly a member of her family. Oh. Ah. Can I ask a question then, Undertaker?
If I might ask, who has given me that name? Of course you know.
The 100 funerals you've done in the last week.
That's a good friend of ours. Raisuke. No, Raisuko. Well, I'm not sure whether it's male or female. Yeah, well, that's true.
Far be it from me to turn away a name given by my betters.
Dave, I should tell you, I might change that name when I've looked up the actual name I've got written.
Fair enough.
Oh, yes. She thinks it highly amusing to give a priest who says so many ceremonies for the dead the Undertaker. Well, it's better than the other idea she had. Well, yes. I mean, that would be rather fatal, wouldn't it? Oh, it wouldn't be fatal. Just highly embarrassing. Yes. Anyway.
What might the question you wish to ask be?
Are you in charge of the group of explorers stroke heroes you now are part of?
I believe that is part of the task I've been given by the Buddhas.
Damn!
Yes?
He hands a cocoa over to his mate. You're right. Yeah, well, of course I'm right. They've got no Ronin with them anymore. Oh, well, we can soon sort that out, can't we? No. We are not meddling in their affairs. Oh, go on, let us. The boss will be super amused if we do. At this point, Seika says, "Your job is to guard here, is it not?" "Yes, good priest. We'll do it and stop messing in other people's affairs." "Oh, but it's so much fun. This Raisuko, would it be a person with many tails?" "Oh, yes, she's got 9, I believe."
Oh, no, not a kitsune.
"I see.
Oh, yeah.
Would these be foxes' tails?" "Well, of course. What do you think she was, a tanuki? Oh, no, tanukis couldn't possibly pull jokes and jests of this caliber. Fair enough. He turns to you. My sincerest commiserations, Gyomo-san. He says,
I'm on the path that's been set for me by the Buddhas. If a being of this nature has taken interest, this is part of their test of me. I hope to pass.
Indeed. Well, anyway, let us leave this place and these two miscreants. Miscreants? What's that mean?
I bow politely to them and thank them for their. I thank them for their service in guarding the gates.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
And retreat back up the stairs before they cause more trouble. I did not need to know a kitsune was taking an interest in me. No, I can handle it.
Roll a d20 for Guillaume.
I can handle it. The Buddhas don't give you anything more than 90.
Oh.
Excellent. You can't think of any kitsune that you could possibly have upset that we wanted to be playing jokes on. Oh,
No,
watch that. Right, gents, it's coming up to 4 o'clock. I shall leave it there because that way I can generate a bit more of what's going on. Right,
I've got another
Dylan.
funeral, and I've got a funeral to help with. Oh, and I've gone up.
Yes, you should have done. Right. Everybody have another point of Budo and or Shugendo and 5 points of on.
Nice.
Because I've enjoyed myself and hopefully you have.
Yes, sir.
It was a good time.
Well, I say it's a bit of a harsh introduction, but you'll get there. Okay.
Most definitely.
The basic point is it's mainly a game about interaction between people. Yeah, I do a lot of talking because, of course, I'm playing a lot of NPCs. But if you do the jobs you're set and that, then you should get Budo and on. If you do something wrong, like get blind drunk, then you will lose on. Okay?
Yeah,
And what is on, actually?
You add it to the on
Well,
actions. It's near the bottom of your sheet on the left.
Right. In the game, as a Bushi, you have Budo, okay, which is essentially most people's experience. You get it for killing things and doing stuff, defeating monsters and that. On is partly how you see yourself and partly how your family and the wider Nippon see you. So the higher you are, the more you're respected, but the more you're expected to act in the right way. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
It's quite difficult. There is another concept which does play in here, and that's called Giri, G-I-R-I. And this is your duty to your boss, whoever that might be at the time, and to do what he wants you to do. Even if this means losing on or face, okay, during the game. Generally, I don't deduct too much on. What I do is I don't give you as much as you would have got otherwise. And you need 10 on and 10 Budo to get to second level. So the on shouldn't be a problem. Providing you survive, the Budo won't be either. Okay?
Gotcha. Yeah, because I'm currently sitting at 7 Budo and then 25 on.
Oh, you're almost.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So unless you do something really, really bad, then you're not going to lose much on. But if you lose quite a lot of on, you always have the option to commit what they call seppuku. Or,
Which is like ceremonial suicide, right?
That's ceremonial suicide. Yeah, you can do it for a number of reasons. Okay, I've only ever had one player character commit seppuku so far. Others who may possibly should have done haven't survived the experience to do it. And this was a guy called Shumkichi, which was one of Dave Dobson's characters. He challenged this Ashigaru to a duel. You see, and he managed to disarm her. Okay, and as she stepped back and reached down to pick a sword up to put it away, he attacked her again. And for some reason, Dave decided this was against the tenets of Bushido, which you can read in the journal. There's a little thing called the tenets of Bushido. So he committed seppuku after donating all his on to the honourless Ashigo, who he'd attacked. And she went, all right then. But as I say, you'll find that I can be quite strict as a games master. And as these people, as the players have found out, if the dice kill you, well, unfortunately, they kill you. I won't go out of my way to have you killed without some chance to get back. So I've done that before, and it doesn't sit well.
Shall I
Anyway,
roll
thank
for Shall I roll for my hit points and power?
Go on then.
Okay. So if I roll a d6 and halve it for my hit point,
Nice.
well, that's 3 hit points. And now let's roll a d10 for my power. 9.
Nice, nice.
Very
I'm getting tougher, but unfortunately, I still have this penchant for rolling high on the d20s, even when other people are rolling for me.
nice.